Hello, Phil Hilborne here from my studio in the UK, and today I'm bringing you a demo of the EP booster for PedalZoo.ru. You can see the pedal on the side of the screen. It's manufactured by Xotic Effects. It's a nicely compact sized true bypass pedal, and it's made from top quality components with a military grade, very tough box. It's been designed to faithfully replicate the sound of the preamp section of a vintage Echoplex EP3 tape delay unit. It can be powered by either a 9-volt battery or a 9 to 18 volt DC power supply. Obviously with the higher rated power supply there's a slight difference in headroom, but they both sound fine. I've got no problem using just a battery, but today I'm using the 18 volts. So I've tried both and they're great, trust me. Just a slight bit more headroom, as I say, with the 18 volts. To give you an idea of the sound you're after, in many classic recordings the Echoplex was kept in line, but the tape echo was in fact actually turned off, and it was the warm and slightly compressed sound of the preamp was what made it desirable. And that's what the pedal tries to do, and to my mind it does achieve it. Let's see some of the things it can do. Here's a clean sound with the effect turned off. Let's just turn it off and turn it right down. So guitar's on about 4 and single coil, maybe front pickup. So simple strumming kind of. Very straightforward. Now let's turn it on, and minimum gain setting. Notice how it just adds a little bit of character, a little bit more gain, slightly shimmering sound if you like. The shimmering sound, this, as opposed to this, is why people leave it on their boards and have it on all the time. It just feels better to the player to have it on. It just adds, just as I say, a nice bit of compression. It just adds something. So that's off, and minimum setting, that's on. And off again. Just sounds less exciting. And this is one point about this is when you're playing through amps, if you've got an amp that's very compressed, the extra compression it adds you don't really notice if it's like a really heavy dirty amp. But with a vintage amp or an amp, you know, like a vintage Fender or a Marshall or any of those kind of amps that have got a good clean front end where they're not actually massively compressed in the first place, it adds just that extra something which is tonally fantastic. Okay, let's have a look at a crunch tone. Here's a typical crunch tone, single coil still. Again, the effect's off now, so I'm going to turn the guitar up to about 7. And now with the pedal on, minimum setting. Just seems to come alive a bit more. Okay, dirty sounds, so let's go on the humbucker now. And turn it off, it will dull up a bit. Let's play some lead with those two modes, so still minimum setting and some lead, humbucker. And off. Okay, used as a boost, there's about 20 dB of gain available. So let's just have a look at the range of boost that's on offer. So here you've got a clean sound, say we'll go back to about 4 on the guitar, and here you go, and pedal in. Pretty easy to hear that as it's going. And if I turn the guitar up, you'll hear it more. So let's go from. Pretty easy to hear the range there of what's going on. I'll play the same thing with minimum, halfway and then full. So here you go. So you've got this, which is going to be fairly cleanish. Slight bit of crunch going on. Let's go halfway, it will break up. Flat out. You can hear the compression. Okay, for dirty rock sounds, humbucking flat out, everything flat out, and you get what I played at the intro, this kind of thing. Turn it off, that would be, and on. Okay, it also works great for mellower styles, so I'm going to try and grab another guitar. I'll be back in a sec and show you some slightly jazzy things with a cleaner sound. Here we go. Okay, I'm back with a more appropriate jazz type guitar. Again, straight through the amp. The amp's just a bog standard valve amp, nothing particularly special. And I'm going for a 112 cab, which is mic'd up. So here's a clean sound, quite quiet, put my fingers. Try a similar thing with the pedal on now. Pretty apparent, I think, what's going on there, but let's try it boosted a bit now, so it should break up for a bit of bluesiness. And turn it off and on. Pretty obvious what's going on there, the difference between on and off. I can keep going, play the gain up or down or whatever, but I think it's very apparent. One other cool thing about this pedal is that inside of it there's a pair of dip switches numbered 1 and 2 that let you run the pedal flat, as I've been doing, or you can boost the bass with switch 1 or the highs with switch 2. How you have these set makes quite a lot of difference, and it's well worth experimenting with. It's the sort of thing really you can do by yourself. It does what it says it's going to do, so I'll let you experiment with that. Okay, I hope this demo has shown you at least some of what this pedal is capable of. Personally, I love it, so do yourself a favour, go buy one. See you next time.